Hello and welcome to Questions with Kyrus, where I ask the questions and those questions subsequently get answered. My name is Kyrus and I'll be taking care of you today. My guest today is the very talented Bill Kamps, who stars as Dan Goodman in Perot Productions' production of Next to Normal, opening Friday, October 5th, and running through Sunday, October 14th. Bill, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
You are free to ask your questions.
Good, because otherwise we would sit in uncomfortable silence.
I suppose so.
Yes. Couple rules, Bill, before we begin. Rule number 1, do not speak when I'm speaking, because that's just rude, okay? Rule number 2, keep your answers somewhat short, because once you start to ramble, people will turn down the volume and go back to watching the episode of Glee they missed last night, okay?
Okay.
And rule number 3, do not talk about Fight Club, all right? Is that understood?
I understand.
Good, thank you. First question. The director of Next to Normal is Kat Klein. She is much shorter than you, am I correct?
Much shorter.
So when she gives you notes, you have to look down to her, am I correct?
I would say that that is an accurate statement.
Okay. Does her short stature make taking direction from her difficult?
No, surprisingly. She is a big personality.
Okay.
And such a small person.
Okay, I'll go with that. I'll believe you for now. Briefly talk about the similarities between Next to Normal and the best musical of all time, Oklahoma.
The similarities, I would say that there are, I can't think of a single similarity except for the fact that there is indeed singing in both shows. They take place on a stage. People have first names. I think that's about it.
See, that's where you're wrong, sir, because nothing compares to Oklahoma. There is no similarity. It is the best musical of all time. Now, Bill, you play the role of a married white father who lives happily with his happy family in the suburbs. As a real-life, happily married white father, how difficult is it for you to dig deep and play yourself on stage?
This is an entire stretch for me.
Uh-huh.
So much to the point where I'm wearing my actual clothes in the show. So hopefully no one will think that this is in fact my life.
Well, I'm glad you're stretching yourself for this production.
I dug deep. I dug real deep.
Now, this show is known for being an emotional roller coaster with audiences. My phone's ringing, Bill. That's very unprofessional of me. I apologize.
I forgive you.
Can you sit down, Bill? Don't leave, please. The show is known as being an emotional roller coaster for audiences. At what point during the show will you look out into the audience and say, "Stop crying, I have a song to sing"?
Well, I think that that's an appropriate fourth wall break at any point, you know? I mean, if that person in the front needs to be slapped around a little bit.
Needs to be told, right?
You know, to calm down, I think that that is the right of the actor to
Now,
do so. That's actually Kat's direction.
Oh, is it really? Now, do you cry at any point during the show?
Like a little girl.
Like a little girl? Is it more like, oh, I'm kind of sad? Or is it more like, oh, I'm crying loudly so I can win an award?
If you mean a Kelsey Award, then I will bring on the tears.
Good answer, sir. Very good answer. Now, at any point during the show, will you break out into the Thriller dance? Is it that kind of show? I've never seen it.
There will be no Thriller dances,
Okay.
but you may have an occasional rock pump thrown in for good measure.
There's nothing wrong with the rock pump.
I firmly adhere to that.
Good.
In principle.
Good. Now, I'm a busy man. I have 7 children to feed, I have a petting zoo to run, and I have season 3 of Sex and the City to catch up on. In one word or less, why should I come see this show?
Strategery.
Very nice. Bill Kamps, thank you for sitting down with me. Any last words?
Good luck with Sex and the City 3.
I heard it's a great season. It's
Can't
not.
wait.
It's not the movie. It's the season 3 of Sex and the City.
Did they make a third movie?
I'm sure they will. For me.
Okay.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, go see Next to Normal inside the Kelsey Theater running October 5th through October 14th. Visit kelseytheater.net for details for tickets. Thank you again, Mr. Kamps. And to all of you listening, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Until next time, good night and good night.